Here we are back with the second cut clover. It's not too bad actually. There it is. Now I'm cutting it with the conditioner mower. I don't know whether it's right or wrong, but it's over here on the tractor. Cut this now this evening, row it this evening, and bale it tomorrow. And that's the last of the baling. Finished baling the straw last night. Well, actually I have about 3 bales to do with straw. When I'm finished all the clover and all, I run the straw through the baler for last to clean it out. So no, this is coming out well. Last year I hadn't got a second cut because it was drier, but it's great to get this, and that's all. Okay.
So this morning they are filling the bags of seed. So out of the trailer they use the same machine that we use for orgering it up into the bins. Now I didn't actually show that this year. I never got a chance to film them putting it up into the silos. But they use the same machine, they orger it up, tip it out of the trailer and orger it up, and now they're putting it into these bags. So I think these are 600 kilos bags. He's filling some of them a bit lighter because he'll probably end up for fields that are further away using the TL to load them in. And they just might be that bit heavy if they're too full. So I'll go over now and film them fill in one bag, and then I have to go back to do the feeding this morning. But yeah, so this is the grain for next year. Dad will talk to you a little bit more about it. I think this is the triticale.
with 7,000 and the big square baler. It's not working, the square baler, we're just moving things about. We took out the square baler, it was in behind where the combine goes, because we're thinking on selling it, because we haven't used it for 3 years, because don't you help and shifting bales in a hurry. Works perfect, there's new knotters and all on it. We have it about 7 years. So we're thinking of maybe changing it. It's all in the pipeline now, or just thinking about it, maybe for a silage wagon. So if you remember, in some of you that watch the channel, we got a trailer mower as well, or trailer harvester in New Holland. So worked well as well, had never breakdown, it clogged 3 or 4 times I think, but it's a bit small for us, so we're going to sell that on the baler. And there's one other thing, and maybe we might buy a silage wagon. We'll see, or maybe I might, there's a new guy after starting up doing silage, he just has a self-propelled, so we'll see if we can crack a deal with him. We might do that as well. So the baler is going in now. We just blew it off, as I said, we didn't use it, and we're cleaning up. Most of the machines are cleaned up now, except one more. And like I said, the baler used to be always at the back of the combine, but in case we do sell it, I'm putting it out on the front this time. So the 83 is here. It's actually coming away from the baler now. We have the combi baler, the welder Gowler wrapper baler. That's all blew off and greased up now and oiled, and we're finished with that for the year, and that's part in there. So the tractor will be coming away from it now, because we're doing a bit of tillage work and spraying. And we also have the combine here cleaned up. Have a bit of a list made out of things that we have to do during the winter. I don't want to run into the same problem as I did last year. Now it has the last 2 fields, no problems. Now we got a puncture in it. Now we didn't show you that, but we got a puncture in that wheel there, so that was a bit of an ordeal in the middle of corn. So yeah, she's all cleaned up there. We don't wash them, we just mainly blow them off and oil them up and grease them, because washing is not a good idea. And there's one more trailer, or there's a trailer load of corn there then on the back of the 82. So the trailer is full of triticale now. We have no room for it, and I don't think I'll sell it, because with the way feed and all is gone now, and we have extra cattle, I'll wait till the silos go down a bit, and I might get it to fit. And it's on the 82, so yeah, that's most of the thing. All the mowers are down in another shed, they're all cleaned up and that. We normally sell the mowers, and actually a lad rang about looking to buy the mowers, but in all the garages and everywhere, there's hardly any mowers to buy. So I don't want to sell them until I have something located. So that's the criteria. So I'm just going to back in the big square baler now, and that's it then. Most of the stuff is cleaned up, and we're pulling out the big disc and a few things for a bit of tillage. And the next big project now is there's a good bit of work to be done on the balustrade corn sawer. There's a lot of wear. It just got me out through last year. It's a great machine. I have no fault to it at all. And there's just a good bit of work to be done with it, because it has a lot of work done. And that's it. Okay. So we're in here in one of the cattle sheds on the passageway. There's some whalings there. Yesterday came out after the dinner and got this awful smell of burning, and like melting plastic, and when you get melting plastic and the smell of burning and everything that's going on with fires and heat waves and everything you hear on the television, you just get weak at the knees. So, this is the cattle shed down there underneath. Now I'll go up and show you in a minute. So what was wrong was these 3 clear lights up here were all smoking. And actually that one that I have taken out there now, I'll go up and show you, it was up there. That one there that I had taken out, was smoking bad. So it was very frightening, and there was a nice bit of smoke. Not a lot now, but enough because the wind was coming this way and it was blowing it down that way. So what they call it, if something fell down there, gone. Not a good idea having all your sheds in one block. There's a lot of sheds there in one block when it comes to a fire. It's a great idea when you're working, because everything is all designed, but all laid out that everything works. It's like it's one big handling facility as well as cattle sheds. So I'll go up in the shed now and show you. So we're up here on the shed, and I have this clear light taken out to get out of the Milwaukee. You see it's all gone black and starting to smoulder at the ends. I'll show you there. Starting to smoulder along the ends, and then there's 3 of them. So how them 3 happened to come about was when we bought this shed second hand and took it down ourselves, and we put it up here, and we were joining it on to the existing shed. So we said we put a few extra clear lights, plus we had broke an odd fibre cement sheet. So then we said we put in an extra few clear lights to keep it a bit brighter. Now you don't want too many in hot weather, or it's like a glass house. So there was a neighbour of ours, which is an English guy. He was over and seeing what we were at and that. And he says, I brought back some of them from England. We thought we'd maybe put up a greenhouse or something with them. And he gave them to me. Now we had to cut them. They weren't exactly the size. So we put them there. Now they're there 7 years. And now maybe they were going off and it took a while to break down. I don't know. But our heart was in our mouth yesterday. When you come out, you get the smell of smoke. You get the smell of plastic, sorry. You get see the smoke coming out of the doorway of the shed down there, and it's just you don't know what to do. And so lucky enough, that's all that was wrong. They're probably not up to the spec that you need over here for the heat, because in Ireland and England, well, I know they're getting it hot now. And I wonder had anyone else problems in England with this stuff. All the rest of them clear lights around, not a bother on them. It's just them 3. So I'm just lucky it was just the 3, and it could be a lot different story. So that's what happened with the clear lights. That's where we got them. And when you come to a different place, you kind of have to go with the run of the thing over here. And because as well as that, there's another family from Northern Ireland. They brought over a shed to put it up around this time of the year now, and they were busy at things and they left it all there. And when they went back in the autumn to put up the shed, there was a big bundle of clear lights, and every one of them was just welded together, melted, one big block of plastic. So they must be something similar. All his was stuck together. He had to buy them over here. Now he might have been lucky that happened for him before he put it up, or he might have had the same. If this was a hay shed now, God only knows the story. So that's it. Going to get 3 of these now, put them in, because I'm not leaving them there another minute. They're cool down now. It's only 10:30 now and it's roasting. So what will it be like at 12 o'clock? I might do the same thing all over again. The problem is, we put all these sheds up to kind of suit ourselves for working underneath, and it works really well. But if you had a fire, I can just show you, everything is linked up. Goat shed, garage, there's more sheds over here. I'll show you them now in a minute. So this one probably wouldn't go on fire that easy, but if the stuff, any little drops fell onto the ground, the straw and hay everywhere, and boom, gone. So I hardly slept last night now, to be honest, and I'm not that easy frightened, but around here now this year we've seen balers going up. You see a perfectly good baler, almost brand new. It's worth a lot of money today, and tomorrow it's worth nothing. Me and Emily and Luke and the whole lot of us, we put a lot of effort and time into getting all this right. Well, it's right for us, and just with one couple of hours to be all gone. And I don't know, would you have the heart to do it all again, because you know, we're the last 15 years putting this together. Now that shed was there. We don't need to go up onto these other sheds. You have to be careful walking on this fibre cement because it cracks. Now we'll go up across that. You have to walk from purline to purline. If not, you'll go down through it. So here we are. You see that shed is onto that. Now that shed there we bought in Ireland. So see, all the sheds are linked up. So now that shed there we bought in Ireland, must be 10 or 11 years ago now. It's as much the far side again. I'll go down there and show you. But I bought Noel Cregan was the guy in Ireland, done Vale Fabrications. I'm not sure if he's the same name again, but he told us about them clear lights, and they'd go up to over 50 degrees. I never thought, you know, you'd be kind of lads that trying to sell things, but he was dead right. They never give any bother. Now this shed was here when we came. It's the big timber shed. So went on to go up onto this shed. So them clear lights does not bother them. Like I said, this shed came from Ireland, and myself and Luke put it up, and it works really well. It's 14 bays long. That's our Berlin wall, and there'll be another one over there shortly. So we'll go back to these clear lights. I have to take off them now. I'm going to take the 3 of them off in case they go on fire today, because it's very hot now. We're promised hot for another few days. Now you see it's burnt black. Just to get the really good coat this time. So, lucky escape. That's what it should look like. That's what it is now. So lucky escape. The other thing as well is in Ireland we use for the gutters silicone, and when your man was sending over the stuff for the shed, he sent all the silicone, but a neighbour was in and said that won't work at all, it just melt out of it. So if you put silicone on a piece of tin here on these hot days, it just shrivels up and melts, and nearly be smelling as well. So we got this stuff now. We got the local hardware. It's by Bernard. I get Laura to put the number on it. Anyone that's maybe building out here in hot countries, and Actually, I use it now. I'm working on tractors and everything, and it hasn't. Silicone has a reaction with steel, and actually, some lads often try to stick in windows with silicone, and when you go back, all the steel is gone rusty because of the reaction with the silicone. It's only really made for around baths and that. So yeah, that's all. No, I tell you, be honest, I'm just recovering after this. So I'm going to get 3 of them now, if not 4, 3. And unless they were just bad quality now or whatever, but what do you call it? I'm taking them over now because today is from, I don't know what is the right degrees today, but it has been well up near the 40s, and when we were cutting the corn there it was 40. So yeah, that's it. So I get Laura to put that the stuff for the eave shoots and what I use for the gaskets and machines and that. It works really well. I actually put the door on the window of the TM one time. Was starting to fall off, and I cleaned it off and put that on it to get me out, and it's still on it. So because the proper glue for sticking in the windows is very expensive, so this actually does the trick. So that's all. Just said I'd tell you about that. Everyone knows that fire is very, scary. So that's all. Now we have fire extinguishers around and all, but like a fire extinguisher here, if that went up, you might as well be just I won't say on it, but you'd want hoses and all. So I see in America now when they're out cutting the corn in Canada, they have a cover crop or a disc and big tanks of water because it'll go up. Okay.